Hi, welcome to Maggie Chats Books. Today I'm going to do my February TBR. In February I'd like to read mostly female authors, if not all female authors. I have plenty of books on my shelves of female authors that I haven't read that I need to get to anyway, so this is a good month to do it. Helping with my video is Precious, who demanded to be on my lap today, so she's going to do the books with me. So let's get started. The first book is our Read Around the World Book Club selection, and it is In the Time of Butterflies by Julia Alvarez. It is a story that takes place in the Dominican Republic in 1960. Four sisters that oppose the government. Their Jeep is found wrecked. One sister lives. I'm not sure what happens to the other three, but it sounds like it's kind of a mystery as well as a political type book as well. So the next book is E. Lockhart's We Were Liars. This was on BookTube quite a bit last year. I didn't get a chance to read it. It is about four friends that are liars that have, I guess their friendship is really strained because of the lies. There's a lot of things that happen. It got a lot of really good reviews, and I've been wanting to read this, so I thought I would read something because I haven't read anything by E. Lockhart, and I'm not sure what else she has out. The next book is Heft by Liz Moore. I read The Unseen World by her last year. Absolutely love that book. This is the book that came out before. It is a story of a man that lives in Brooklyn, New York. He weighs 550 pounds. It also has another story about a younger boy that lives in another city, and I think a friendship happens, but I thought this would be interesting. I love her writing, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. The next book is one I just got, and it's The Wife Between Us by Geir Hendricks and Sarah, and I will put her name below because I don't know how to pronounce it. But it is, some of the reviews say it's a very twisty, turny suspense novel, which I thought I would enjoy. I guess there's a love triangle, maybe a girlfriend, a husband, and a wife. I'm not sure. But the reviews did say that it was very twisty-turny, which I enjoy in a book. So I'll give this one a try. The next book is one that I just got as well, and that's Christian Ritter's Bonfire. I just hauled this one a couple weeks ago, but this is a book about a environmental lawyer that lives in Chicago. She's originally from Indiana, I believe, and a small town. Her work leads her back to Indiana, to her hometown, and I believe she solves a mystery there. This was recommended by quite a few booktubers and on a lot of lists for their favorites of 2017. I'm getting more and more into mysteries, so I thought this would be a good one with all the good recommendations. The next book is an author I haven't read yet, but I've heard a lot of great things about, and that's Kate Atkinson's. And this is, I believe, her first book, and it's behind the scenes at the museum. It is about a family told by a girl at conception on through her life. She lives in England, and it tells the story of her family, I believe. But this author has been recommended by so many people, and I've had this book probably for 6 months or so, so trying to get to my TBR's shelf, and I'm going to read this one. The next two books are books that I've gotten from the library that are on their last renewal, so I need to read them, and that's Ancillary Justice by Ann Leckie. This is the first book in the Ancillary trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. This one I heard about from Peg at Peg Reviews, but I think she's changed her channel to Peg the Book Award Addict. I'll put her channel below. But she said it was a totally different concept in sci-fi, and it sounded really intriguing. She said it's hard to get your head around it, so I hope I'm able to get my head around it, and we'll see how this is and see if I want to continue with the trilogy. The last book that I have is The Hate You Give. It's also a library book. This is by Angie Thomas. It's her first book that she's written. It is about a 14-year-old girl who goes to kind of upper class kind of high school, I guess you would say. She sees her best friend killed by a police officer, and she talks about living in kind of two different worlds and the violence that goes on. It's a real timely book. I believe, and so many people have said good things about it, and I do want to read this before I have to turn it back in. So those books that I want to read in February. I do want to read all female authors in February, and I have plenty of books to get that done. Please let me know what you're going to read. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them. And from me and Pressy, have a good week and good February. Goodbye.